Hi guys, it's your girl Cierra. Welcome back to my channel. These are going to be some 5 tips to help you be confident in your writing. Let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. Number 1 is just start. Just start writing. It's not going to make any sense. Just start writing. What helps me is listening to music. So anything that actually helps you like spark maybe a scene or an idea, just do whatever helps you and just start writing. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be something like groundbreaking either. Like, just start writing. Like, for me, listening to music helps me create my characters, helps me create my story. And that's also literally how I end up like starting it out, is getting right into some mess. Okay, I love getting right into the chaos of it. I'm going to keep speaking about it because I love working on this project. But Project Ghost of You, which is the title of the book, is so much fun because I got the idea actually from Get a Life, Chloe Brown, by Talia Hibbert, and the love interest read his dad's name was Leo. I was like, Leo, interesting. I like the name Leo. And then I got Leo Park. I'm like, ooh, okay, so we have a Korean character. Interesting. Okay. I started to like picture him, and then slowly but surely the story started to come to life. I was like, okay, who's our main character? Because like I said, I write complex, messy, Black female main characters. Who is this messy queen that we're gonna love and side-eye occasionally? And that is Dahlia Barnes. Baby, their story is wild, and literally just coming up with her and him, I started writing on Penzu, which is like a online journal, diary. And the version I have on there is quite terrible, but I just started writing, and now it has completely changed at least 5 times into something that is so freaking good. I love writing it. I'm still working on it, but just start writing, because you don't know what that story can what it can turn into, and how those characters can actually come to life. Number 2 is write, don't edit. So as you're writing, just keep writing, don't edit. I struggle with this too, because I edit along the way. I'll be like, oh my God, because the little squiggles get on my absolute nerves. I hate it. When things get highlighted, I hate it. I use ellipsis now, and so it'll highlight it, and I'm like, let me fix that. And then off to the side, it says like, spell check or whatever, and I'll click it, and it'll be like, just like, oh, 1 of 3. I'm like, oh, okay, I can just fix these 3 things real quick. No, leave that damn thing alone. Leave it alone. One of the things I used to do, I used to write in Google Docs, and I don't know if my spell check was on, my grammar, I don't know if that was on or whatever, but I never got any errors. But when I went from Google Doc to ellipsis, it came up with so many errors. So if you don't want to see the errors, I don't know if it was just a me thing, or maybe Google Doc is kind of, maybe it doesn't fully work all the time, but if you just want to write without having those errors stare at you, write on Google Docs and then transfer that over to something else, and then you'll see the problems much later. But at first, just write. Do not edit along the way. Just keep it messy. Is it going to be convoluted and confusing, and you're going to go back and be like, what the hell did I write? Yes. But at least you wrote something out. Number 3, your voice must be heard, okay? Your voice must be heard, especially if you are a Black writer, a Black female writer, a Black male writer, a Black LGBTQIA plus identified writer. Your voice needs to be heard, especially right now in this industry, in this publishing industry that is very, we need to fix that. Wrap this shit up. Keep writing. If you're an indie author, if you want to do an indie route, go ahead and do it that way. If you want to be traditionally published, go that way. It doesn't matter, but your voice needs to be heard. I do not care. I need you to write your books because I need to read them. Okay, I'm gonna read me a Black author. Like, if you've watched my video of all the books that I read for 2025, majority of my books, I would say like a good 90% of my books are by Black authors. Like, that's how many Black authors I read. A lot of it is repeats, but I read a lot of Black authors. If a book sounds good and has a Black female main character, especially for a romance, I'm gonna pick it up. I don't care who wrote it. I don't care if it's a member of the LGBTQIA plus community who wrote it. I don't care if it's a Black woman. I do not care. If a Black person wrote this, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna check it out, okay? Especially if they're on the right side of history, I'm definitely gonna read it. Hello, I'm nosy. I'm like, what'd you write? Am I gonna like it? Am I, you know, I'm just nosy. I'm so nosy. So I'm gonna need you to write because your voices need to be heard, because I'm nosy as hell. Keep that in mind. If you're like, oh, I don't know if I have a voice when it comes to writing, just know me right here, over here on YouTube, this girl right here who lives in Illinois is gonna read your ish. Okay, because I am nosy and I'm hard-headed. I'm gonna be like, where is your book? Because I need to read it today. I don't care if it has spelling errors. We're gonna move past that, or I'll just let you know. I'll be a beta reader too. If you need a beta reader, I will do it. I'm putting myself in the ring. I'll put my email in the description box. Your voice needs to be heard. I'm gonna need you to write that story. I'm gonna need to read it. Either if it's published, I'll beta read it, alpha read it, I don't care. I need to read your story. Please. I'm nosy. I like to read. All these books on my shelves, the ones that are turned that way, are ones I've read. The other ones I haven't read. But here's the thing. I can't stop myself. Okay? So I'm gonna need you to write. Okay? Thank you. Love you. Number 4 is support is crucial. So when it comes to being part of the writing community, you need support. I'm just keeping track of time. I gotta go get my cousin off the bus. You need support in some capacity. Is your family the type of people that are going to support you? If they are, great. If they're not, we'll find you some other support. Like I said, I will put myself in your corner every single time, okay? If you feel like, oh man, like no one supports me, just know this girl over here who you probably have never seen before, never heard before, you don't even know I exist, I'm over here rooting for you, okay? Find people who are going to support you on your writing journey. You could find people within your community. I bet you guys have like community centers or events going on for writers, readers, maybe at your marketplace. You know, I don't know if you guys have like markets in your town, like every Sunday. We have markets in our town like every Sunday. And a lot of people have like tables up for like vendors will have like their tables up. Maybe some authors will be there. Go to your local library, see if they have like a writing center, writing community. If you're like me and you A, don't drive, or B, you're just socially awkward in person and you feel like you'll do better online, do it that way too. Find community, find your community online too. It could be literally through here on YouTube. That's how I actually connected with a few people on here who because me personally, I'm terrible at messaging people, but people who I've connected through here I'm like, yeah, I'm terrible at messaging people, but these are people that support me. You can check on Instagram, check on Threads. Do not go to Twitter though. Do not go to Twitter. Do not find any people on Twitter. That's just my opinion, okay? But on my side of Threads, which is pretty much just Nicolandria, writers, Black readers, Black writers community, and people who like horror movies, like find the things that you're interested in, and you can find those people within those communities, because a lot of the times there's a lot of overlap. You're gonna find them, and then you'll be like, oh, you write, I write, that type of thing, and really connect that way. You can DM them if you're scared to DM them. If you just be like, oh, hi, I don't want to bother you, like, that's fine. Me, you can bother me in my DMs. As long as you're not disrespectful and rude, you can message me. Like, please. I like to be friends. But like building community that way, so through any type of platform, or even if like there are online events, you can look that up too. And if you are, obviously, because in this economy everything's so expensive, find a lot of stuff for free. See if they have like any like online community events for free that you can join via Zoom or whatever things. Facebook friend groups, sometimes it depends on how that works for you. But just try out different ways to find your support group. Like, literally, just try. For me, one of my closest connections is actually someone I connected with through, oh my God, how did we connect? I think it was through Instagram. And so I am their beta reader for their novel. I'm their beta reader for the second time because they've been working on editing and everything like that. And we've both been going through like the unemployment experience and being stressed. So we'll like update each other every now and then on that. So when they finally finished their second version, I was like, yeah, send it to me, okay? I'm still reading it, and they know I'm still reading it, and I absolutely love it. But building community that way too, just find them. You'll find them, trust me. On my other channel, I mainly talk about Degrassi, but in one of my videos, I actually mentioned at the beginning that a lot of people that had just came to my channel, they were coming over mainly for the Degrassi content, but I did mention that I'm also a self-published author and I'm a writer. And someone literally commented, they're like, wait, you love Degrassi, you make Degrassi content, and you're a writer? Yeah, I'm subscribing. See, that kind of overlap too, because you could find them in any other parts of things that you're interested in. And you'd be shocked, you'd be surprised, because that overlap is wild. You'd be like, God damn, you over here too? Oh, okay. Hey, like, you know, what's up? Just building that connection in so many different ways. Just put yourself out there just a little bit. Maybe like one day start to connect with people on Instagram, maybe certain people that you like, that you follow, you really like their content. You can maybe DM them or start commenting more under their posts. Just do a little bit each day. You know, you don't have to bombard yourself with trying to be like, email them right away and like build a connection like that. Just put yourself, just dip your toe in the water a little bit, you know, just try it. You never know who you're gonna find, who you're gonna connect with, because there's gonna be some amazing people that you connect with. You're gonna be like surprised, and you're like, wow, these are my people. Yeah, these are your people. These are the people within your community. And a lot of the people within your community have written for like major like shows and everything like that. And building those connections too is just so cool. Just building those connections in general. I feel like building genuine connections and relationships with people who have the same goals as you, or at least have the same interests as you, is really cool, especially in spaces like in the writing space. If there is a genuine connection and you guys are both being your authentic selves, it could probably lead to like a beautiful friendship. I'm just saying. And then last one, be your own fan. So be a fan of your work, even if it's terrible, even if it's trash. Love your trash, okay? Hold your trash close to your chest, okay? Because it's literally just showcasing your journey of being a writer. Like for me, the first book that I wrote is over on teenink.com. It's still there. I wrote this when I was like 15 or 16. And the story is called Gracie's Locket. I'll put the link in the description. I do not care. If you want to read it and trash it, please do. I trash it all the time. On my other channel, I think that was like my second video, was rereading the story and trashing it completely. But I loved it because it just showed that I love to write. Was I good at it? No. But as you write more and you start to develop more of your craft and you learn the craft of writing, it just showcases your journey. You're like, wow, this is how far I came. Just be a fan of your work, even if it's absolute trash, because that book was garbage. I'm just gonna spoil it a little bit, but there were so many tropes during that time. Like, you know, that's when like Twilight came out or whatever. I just turned 30 this year. Okay, I just turned 30 literally in October. So if that doesn't tell you anything, it should tell you enough, really. Like Twilight was at the heyday when I was like 15, 16. Twilight, fan fictions, different tropes in fan fiction. So like step sibling relationships, because as I'll mention again, I love Degrassi. So like Claire and Jake, if you know the show, you know they were dating before they became step siblings. Yeah, all those different tropes that we loved during that time, which are so cringy and weird to look back on now. We're like, ooh, that's what we were into. But literally, I had a whole bunch of those messy, disgusting tropes in Gracie's Locket. It's so bad. It's laughable. But at the same time, I feel like the underlying story that I had there it was going somewhere. I just added tropes in there because I was just doing the most. And somehow, some way, I don't know if those comments were genuine, but something in my heart tells me that they were, especially for that time period. People liked it. I'm just like, we were so messy and so weird. Like, you'll just be so surprised with how far you come, how far you go on your journey as a writer. So please be a fan of your work. Every piece of work, even the unfinished work. Like, I have stories that I have started and never finished, still on my Penzu account. Will I go back to it? Probably not. I actually took a character from one of the stories I started on there. I took her from that story, and then I put her into a short story, and that short story with that character got published on Substack underneath a journal page, a journal Substack page, like an actual company. Like, you'll be surprised like where your work ends up and how it just morphs into something. Like, just love what you write. Love the entire journey of it. How as messy as it can be, as confusing and frustrating and exhausting, and you just like, sometimes you're just like, what am I writing? What am I doing? Is this for me? Just love the journey and be a fan of your work the entire time. Just give yourself some love and some grace, because baby, writing is not easy. Okay, it's not easy. And if you feel as if like, I have a story to share, I have a story to tell, and you want to do it good, you want to do it right, it's going to be hard. Godspeed. That's all I have for this video. If you like this video, be sure to like it, comment below your journey, what it's been like for you writing. If any of these tips help, please let me know. And until next time, stay magical, keep writing. Love you guys. Mwah!